First of the year. It was leaving me, so I said, I'm going to leave you before you leave me.
Pastor Haynes, before we find out why you're here today, can I tell you a little story? Dylan, you know he go to Friendship West, right?
Right.
So Dylan had a wingworm one time, right? He got it from the school, whatever.
Right.
So he lost a little bit of the hair. He comes home to me and says, Mama, Pastor Freddy Haynes got a ringworm. He thought your boss was a ringworm. I said,
I got you, Dylan. I got you. So now it's gone. I got a whole ring.
Right, yo, you look very good. Some men can't do it. You look very nice, Pastor Freddy Haynes. You really do. And so, but I thought that was so funny. He said, Mama, Pastor Freddy got a ringworm too. He thought that was great.
Dylan comes to church. Mama comes to church. We just got to get Veda.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But you're here today, and we're to talk about the big rally going on tomorrow.
Right.
First of all, let's tell everybody where it's going to start at and what time.
11 o'clock a.m. We're going to be at City Hall, Plaza 1500 Marilla downtown on the north side of City Hall. Okay. And we're rallying, we're calling it Justice for Trayvon, because we believe that justice was not served. And so we believe we have an opportunity to transform what was a tragic murder into a movement that will make a difference.
Now, someone sitting in the car right now saying, well, how can us, you know, what do you call it? Not protesting, but just marching in Dallas, how does that have any effect on Florida? Or what can happen after we march? What do you see can happen?
Well, there's several things. Number one, of course, Dr. King said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. With that being the case, we are concerned about what went down in Florida because it threatens justice here. And with that being the case, understand that we have a version of stand your ground here in the state of Texas, but there are also other laws. Reverend Sharpton talked about the fact in New York, you have stop and frisk, which disproportionately affects African-American males, poor whites, as well as Latinos. Here in Texas, we have a death penalty. Who's getting killed the most by Texas? Looks like us. Yes. Also, we have mandatory minimum sentencing. Who gets affected by that? So in a real sense, we're looking at laws across the board that are unequal, unjust, and in a real sense threaten freedom, so that there will be no more Trayvon Martins wherever they may be across this country.
Okay, yeah, so basically it was called a March for Justice for Trayvon, but really we're all Trayvons.
We're all Trayvons.
If you are any different from anyone, then you can be considered as a Trayvon. And so tomorrow's march is basically about just all injustice, you say? All
injustice. And again, as far as I'm concerned, that means everybody should be at this march and rally tomorrow, because we are marching to make America a better country. It's not about hate. It's about loving America enough to say, America, we've got some issues that we need to correct. The issues disproportionately impact a certain segment of the population, but as long as some of us are hurting, the whole nation is hurting.
Right. What was your first reaction when you heard the not guilty verdict?
I mean, the sad reality is I was shocked but not surprised. I almost saw it coming due to the fact that we have a history with this justice system that is downright criminal. And so with that being the case, I was shocked, not surprised, and then ticked off. Just like, I mean, I went off. One of the things I told my members Sunday, I said I fell off the wagon. I know I ran from the wagon because I have an issue with certain language.
Oh,
And so
thought you went back drinking.
I was speaking in some other tongues, and so I went ballistic on Saturday night, and I had to really calm down. And then to make matters worse, my daughter calls me up. She's in California, and she for 3 hours, she was just aggrieved by this, in sorrow by this, because that generation, this is what for us OJ, Rodney King, to make it more relevant. And so in a real sense, it's like a generation was told, your lives really have no value. You can get murdered and then get blamed for getting murdered, because that's what happened to Trayvon. He was demonized, and demons have to be destroyed, and so he was blamed for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, when all he was doing was minding his business in the rain, walking home.
And being followed.
And being stalked.
Being stalked, yeah.
By a Barney Fife wannabe.
Yeah, I agree. What are your feelings on Chicago? Like, is there anywhere? First of all, at this rally tomorrow that starts at
11 o'clock a.m.
Hold on,
City
we
Hall.
talking. You know who we talking to? 10:36.
Yeah, 10:30. Yeah, let's be in the house at 10:30. Yeah, come on.
That mean 11.
Yeah.
And will there be any speakers, key speakers? I know, will you be speaking?
Yeah. It's going to be thebomb.com. We have Bishop Vashti Murphy McKenzie, Delta Sigma Theta, Bishop of the 10th District of the state of Texas. We have Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, who is a brilliant political commentator, Georgetown professor. Commissioner John Wiley Price is speaking. But more than that, what we wanted to do this time was make it a spotlight for our young people. And so we have college students, teenagers. They are going to dominate the platform tomorrow because they were so affected by this. All of us were hit and hurt, but they have a lot to say and share. And so I said, you know what? Us old heads need to back up and give them the spotlight. That's what's going to make this so unique and different.
And awesome. How do you feel about the weighing of like what's going on in Chicago opposed to why aren't Chicagoans getting any light shined on their situation? Well, this actual rally is speaking for what's going on in Chicago. I mean, will you be tying that together in a sense of? It
all goes together, Veda. I mean, I love that you connected that because you still have black lives being lost. And I use the word abortion because I want my right-wing friends to know that abortion ain't just what happens before I get here. Protect me after I get here. And the bottom line is, if what was happening in Chicago was taking place in Highland Park, Texas, do you really think that we would not have a state of emergency?
The National Guard would be out
exactly.
there. Yeah.
So let's value all lives like we do, you know, rich white lives.
Oh man, you gonna make me want to go to church Sunday.
Come on with it.
Okay, I'm not. I mean, I am. I can't afford it, Pastor Haynes.
You are a mess. You a mess.
All right, so you know what? We're definitely gonna be out there supporting. It's not a color thing.
No, it's not.
How do you? Well, it is, but it isn't.
True. True. Here it is. The beautiful thing is, it's not in that I'm hoping all of us feel affected by it. Dr. George Mason, who's a pastor of Wilshire Baptist Church, wonderful white brother. He's going to be standing with us because, as he said, the white community needs to feel this and understand our pain and understand, you know, what it's like to live every single day labeled as a suspect. And so, on the one hand, it's not, but we got to keep in mind, if the roles had been reversed and Trayvon had stalked, hunted down, and killed George Zimmerman, first of all, this never would have made national headlines because Trayvon would be facing the death penalty in Florida.
You're absolutely right.
So it's some race in there.
It is, and we want to invite all colors out because we do. We want everybody to come out. Anybody just that believes in justice,
come on,
and that believes that there is an injustice going on.
Yeah,
we want to invite them out. Definitely.
Thank you.
11 o'clock. Starts City Plaza.
City Plaza.
Where's that at?
It's on the north side of City Hall, so it's 1500 Marilla.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, you know, some people ain't never been down there, you know. I stay down there. I stay down with y'all.
I feel you.
And Lusterics. So.
Can we all stop and pray for Veda right now, please? Prayer meeting for Veda, 97.9 The Beat.
Thank you, Pastor Haynes.